Everyone, we're back with question 6 and let's get into it. 6.1 on 31st January 2020, Sipho made the first of his monthly deposits of 1,000 Rand into a savings account. He continues to make monthly deposits of 1,000 Rand at the end of each month up until the 31st of January 2032. The interest rate was fixed at 7.5% per annum compounded monthly. Okay, I think that's all the information we need. And the question is, what will the investment be worth immediately after the last deposit? Okay, so let's just let's start what we have. We have our continuous payments each month. So that is our X value equals to 1,000 Rand. We got our interest, which is let's call it I, which is 7.5%, which is per annum compounded monthly. So we're going to be dividing by 12. This we can simplify a bit. So if we simplify this will become 0.075 all over 12. Okay, and then our in value, we're going from the 31st of January 2020 to the 31st of January 2032. So this is very easy to make a mistake here. So the way I would recommend doing it is visualizing it and throwing out your timeline, kind of get the exact value of number of months. A nice way is to break it down. So if we go from 31st of January 2020 to just go 1 year forward, right? So we go to the 31st of January, and how you would calculate the number of months between these two dates, you would take, you know that there's 12 months in a year, so you go from the 31st of January, so January, February, all the way to December, that's 12 months, including our January month becomes 13. So that is 12 plus 1. So it's all the months from 2020 and the 1 month from 2021. Let's set over there. So, and then if we did the same thing, but going this time to 2022, it will be all the months of 2020, 2021, which is 2 times 12 plus the first month of January. So this becomes 24 plus 1 equals to 25. And that's going from 2020 to 2022. And so you continue this, but of course we would rather find a pattern. So you can see the difference between 20 and 22 is 2. So the difference between 20 and 32 is 12. So it becomes 12, multiply the number of months is right over here. So we have n equal to 12 multiplied by the number of months plus our January month, because we still have that one. That's equal to 144 plus 1 equals to 145. There we go, straightforward. Okay, now we've got all our variables. We're going to pop this into our continuous payment formula to determine the future value. So equal to f equals to x, big bracket, small bracket, 1 plus I to the n minus 1 close bracket all over I. Therefore, we substitute x we have as 1,000. 1 is just 1 plus I we have in our compounded monthly form. So that's 0.075 divided by 12 to the power of 145, so period minus 1 all over our interest and then you can type this all in your calculator because it's all numbers, and then you end up with a value of 2, 3, 4, 8, 8.53 cents. And of course they're asking what's the value, what will the investment be worth, so that is in rands. Coolio. Right. 6.1.2, if he makes no further payments but leaves the money in the account, how much money will be on the 31st of January 2033? So the time period is just a year later, which is again January to January, so it's 13 months. And this time we can use our simple interest because it's not making continuous payments. So we need our principal amount, which is our answer in the previous question, 2, 3, 4, 8, 53, and the interest, it's the same interest, so we can just mark it as 7.5% over 12, and our period is 13 months. Put this into our normal simple interest formula, so it's A equals P, our principal, 1 plus I to the n, and then therefore A equals to 2, 3, 4, 8, 8.53, 1 plus our interest, 0.075 over 12 to the 13. Okay, then you type all of that in your calculator, and your answer is 253,123.54 cents. And of course, once again, your answer is in rands. Okay, 6.2, it says Jim bought a new car of 250,000 rand. The value of the car depreciates at a rate of 22% per annum annually. According to the reducing balance method, after how many years will its book value be 92,537 rand 64 cents? Okay, so we're doing a little depreciation. This is of course very similar to your simple interest but just negative. So that formula is A, or the value at the time, or at the current time, P, your principal, just a number 1, minus, instead of addition now, it's going to be negative, your interest amount to the power of n, which is your period. So what do we have? We have our principal, so it's P equals to 25,000. Our interest is given to us as 22%. Which we can write in the form of 0.22, and our n value is our period, which we don't have, so we write a question mark, and then we have our a value, or what the value will be after the period of n, which is 92,537.64. Of course, that's in rands. Okay. Then we can substitute all of this in, so this becomes 92,537.64 equals to the principal of 250,000 rand. 1 minus I, our interest, is 0.22 to the power of n. We don't know what n is, so we have to solve, and this is just easy solving, one variable here. So we divide both sides. So we want n by itself. So this becomes 92537.64 divided by 250000 equals to 1 minus 0.22 is just 0.78 to the n. How do we get our n by itself? We introduce logs on both sides. So this becomes the log of this lovely number here, 92537.64 divided by 250000 equals to, and then of course using our rules of log, we can move our n forward. We can move our n forward, so it becomes n and then divide by a log of 0.78, so n equal to, okay, let's write it out, don't want to, but I'll write it out. 92537.64. Oh, I see, I forgot the decimal there. Not a big, that a big. Yeah, my handwriting. Okay, hope you guys can see. Divided by 25,000. All divided by the log of 0.78. There's all numbers here, so you type this in your calculator, which equal to 4, which is in years. And we know that it's in years because of the annual depreciation. Okay, and then last question, 6.3. Munpo is granted a loan under the following conditions. We have an interest rate of 11.3% per annum compounded monthly, so we can start already. I equals to 0.113 over 12, and then the loan period is 6 years, so n equals to 6 years or times 12, so this is compounded monthly, is 72. The monthly repayment on the loan, so that means our x value, because this is he pays it continuously, so it's 1,500. And his first payment is made 1 month after the loan is granted. Okay, and then the 6.3.1 says calculate the value of the loan. As you can see, they didn't give us the amount. Okay, and then to calculate the value of our loan, we're going to be using our P formula, which is our present value, which is P equals to X into 1 minus 1 plus I to the minus n, and then all of this divided by I. So we have all our values besides our P value, so we can solve for that. So then P equals to our X value, which is 1,500 into 1 minus open 1 plus I, we have as 0.113 divided by 12 to the minus, and our period is 72 months, all divided by our interest divided by 12. Therefore, we type all of this in our calculator, we get a loan amount of 78,173.493, and this is in rands. Okay, Final question. They ask, how much interest will Munpo pay in total over the first 5 years? Okay, so this is a bit of a change of pace, I believe, because normally they'll ask you how much interest you would pay after 6 years, after the complete payment. And so normally what we would do, we would take the total amount paid in the 6 years and then compare that to how much the loan was, and then the extra amount would be the interest. So let me just do that quickly. So we know that he's paying 1,500 rand, and he's paying for a period of 72. So we can multiply this by 72, and if we multiply this together, total amount that you can see he's paying back is 108,000 rand. But you can see that the loan that he was given for the period was only 78,000 rand. So he paid a significantly amount more in interest. If you minus this amount, the 78,173, this remaining amount, which is something like 29,000 something. So there's quite a lot of amount of interest, but that's of course over the full 6 years, and they're asking for only the first 5 years. So what you have to do is you have to calculate the balance after the 5 years. So for the 5 years, what we have to do is we have to determine how much is already paid, and that's pretty simple. We're just going to do 1,500 multiplied by 5 years, which is 60 months, and then we get a total of 90k. So this is the amount he's already paid, but he still owes 1 more year of payments, and then we can still calculate the year of payments. So it will be the exact same formula as before, but we'll use just the 1 year remaining. So this equals to x. This is a rewrite the formula, so we know what we're doing. 1 minus 1 plus I to the minus n all over 12. So P equals to 1,500. 1 minus 1 plus our interest, which is 0.113 over 12 to the minus, and of course it's only 1 year now, so it's 12 times 1 all over did I just write 12 here? Weird. Over 0.113 over 12. Okay, and then if we type all of this into our calculator, we will get a value of 954 00629. Okay, and this is in rands. Okay, so now let's just work this out. So we know that from the first question, the total loan that he's paid for, or that he's taken out, is 78,000, and he still has 16,000 remaining. And then of his total payments, we also have 90,000. So it's actually very simple if you think about it. The interest that he's paid, to determine the interest, we're going to take what he's paid, which in this case is the 90,000, and we're going to take away the amount that went to the loan payment. And we know that the total loan is actually the 78.1, not point, 78,173.493. But remember, this is for the full 6 years, so we still have a 1 year remaining. So we're going to subtract the balance, you could say, of what still needs to be paid, and then that should give you interest. Can you see it's actually very similar to doing the full 6 years? It's the amount paid minus the interest. Just the only difference is here that there's still a balance of 1 year remaining. So if you do that, you type it in your calculator, and then you can see that the interest, if you type this on your calculator, is 28,771.51, and that is how much interest you paid in total over 5 years. Okay, that's question 6. I hope it helped, and I'll see you in the next one.